All right, Corey. I don't know if they can see us or hear us very well, but we are live and we're like, outdoors. So, y'all, we
Hey,
got a good day for you.
hey guys, we're going to tell you how to get government contracts without going through the bidding process, just simply by having your DUNS number, your EIN or employee identification number, and registering with SAM.gov. All that after this 5-minute story on this early edition of Blind Guy
Is right.
Their Life Live. LaQuita Marie, are we ready for the 5-minute story?
Yeah, let's go for it. Hopefully, they can hear us. If you cannot hear us, just let us know as you come into the comments because, y'all, we are on our way to a government contract. So we figured let's just come in and get started now. So you might hear some other noises, but yeah, let's go for it.
Like LaQuita said, we're here in a military town down in the Virginia Beach region, and there are lots of installations, especially the Navy and the Coast Guard. Today's story is a tribute to the Coast Guard legend Richard Etheridge, who in 1896 inspired the story of the Long Blue Line.
All right, so Gail at Night, let us know how our sound is. We are using our alternate sound this morning. We're on our way to a government contract, but thank you so much for being here. One of our favorite moderators, Gail at Night.
Thank you, Gail. Are you ready?
Yeah, let's go for it.
October the 11th, 1896 was a stormy night. A hurricane was brewing off the coast of North Carolina. On a small Outer Banks island called Pea Island, there was a Coast Guardsman named Richard Etheridge. He was an African American, the first African American commissioned as a Coast Guardsman base leader. At that time, it was called the U.S. Rescue and Life Reserve Team. The Coast Guard was established to save the lives of vessels in distress. Now, Richard Allen and his team of African American Coast Guardsmen or surfmen were on watch that night as the hurricane blew through, when suddenly they received a distress signal from a vessel. A flare went up. The Pea Island station fired a flare back, and a response flare came back from the ship saying, "Yes, we are in distress." Richard Etheridge gathered his team, and due to the special training that he had instituted at that particular base, he knew that his men were equipped for the job. They loaded the mule and wagon with the rescue craft, and they drove to the beach, only to find that the beach was flooded and they could not get to the proper point to launch a rescue craft. Richard Etheridge thought quickly, and when he came up with a plan where he took his strongest swimmers on his team, tied them together, and then tied a long tow line to them for a rope that they could hold on to on the shore. His men swam against the breakers and went out and rescued 9 people after 10 successful trips of bringing back survivors from the distressed vessel. Because of that, Richard Etheridge was given a 20-year commission as the Pea Island Rescue Station leader, and his men received several accolades. And because of his ability, his skills as a life saver, Richard Allen was recognized in 2012 with a Coast Guard cutter named the Richard Etheridge. All this because Richard Etheridge was able to maintain relationships with commanding officers and providing reliable service when other Coast Guardsmen on the Pea Island station had lost many lives. Richard Etheridge never wanted to give up and never lost a life, all thanks to his special training and his special team of African American heroes. And to this day, they have received the gold medal from the Coast Guard for being the heroes of Pea Island during the hurricane on October the 11th, 1896. And that was the end of that.
Thank you, Corey. Now, you all are wondering, what does that have to do with today? Of course, we are the early team today, Trash Can Waves, because Corey, he said, "Damn, we're early."
Yes, we
Oh,
are.
and by the way, Corey, Gail at Night and David Hunt are staging a protest because not only do we look good, we sound good. Y'all, we're on our remote location, on our way to our government contract. And of course, quality and consistency is what we're going to talk about.
And that's the tie into Richard Etheridge. He had a long military career starting in the Civil War, all the way to 20 years of Coast Guard service, of being reliable, being efficient, and establishing relationships with other commanders that helped him to maintain his position. And that's what we're talking to you today about, as we talk about how we've gotten government contracts without going through the bidding process, by getting contracts with the military, state government agencies like the Department of Transportation, or state museums like Jamestown, and state colleges and universities.
Now, of course, we are in an area where we can secure lots of government contracts. And of course, you do want to have your EIN We already had that. You do want to have your DUNS number, Dun and Bradstreet's number. We already had that. We also want to have our SAM.gov registration.
And all that costs exactly what?
$0. No. It does cost time and free 99.
Time and free 99. No dollars included. So yes, time and free 99 is what it takes to get your EIN, to get your DUNS number, and to register with SAM.gov. That puts you in the club so that you can get those government contracts. But again, most people think of government contracts as something they have to bid on, right, LaQuita?
Absolutely. So we are going to just explain to you briefly, because y'all know, like GT Jr. said, we are outside, so we're not in Alaska like him. However, we are in a military area, so we're going to tell you how we have secured government contracts without all of the bidding. Y'all, quality and consistency. When it comes to military installations, for us, we are in a region where, as we told you, we are in the Virginia Beach area. So that means Norfolk, Virginia has the most military bases of
East Coast.
Yeah, I thought it was in the U.S.
We got the largest Navy bases on the country. We got the most military bases on the East Coast.
Yes, and yes, Nikki, we are early because we couldn't wait to give you this info. Of course, we are on our way to a military base right now. We could not film there, but of course, we, figured let's find a warm spot for you all and tell you how we secure our government contracts. So between the Virginia Beach area, or the Hampton Roads area, and Williamsburg, Virginia, those are the two top destinations in the country. So if you're looking for like top 10 destinations in the US, you will see Virginia Beach, and you will also see Jamestown. So for Virginia Beach area, all of the military installations are quality and consistency. Having our EIN, having our DUNS number, having our SAM.gov definitely made a difference. Now, we also had to be registered in our state for EVA. Now, EVA, E-VA, that's the Electronic Virginia Procurement Program for the government.
So that's where all the state agencies in Virginia, they filter their payments and their contracts through that system. And those are the systems that generate their purchase orders and process the payments for those state agencies so that contractors like us can get paid. So check in your state to see what type of electronic database they may have that's similar to what we're describing, so that you can make sure your business is registered with that state's electronic database for payment, so that you can get those state government contracts.
And y'all get paid. Make sure you get paid. Have your business bank account set up. Also, make sure you are tapped into every possible way to get paid. We have PayPal, we have Cash App. Those are general ways to get paid. These government agencies, they want to be sure that they're paying you with a check to your business account. Often is what they ask. Sometimes they will make out a payment to you if that's where your business is a sole proprietorship. But also we have Stripe, STRIPE. We have Square, and we've had to use that quite a few times. Both we use Wave accounting. It's sort of like QuickBooks, but it's absolutely free. And so when we say government installations, what we're saying is that we have, let's say like AGS Road Trip, and you're in Germany, right? That's a whole different location. But if you're here in the States, I'm with Trash Can Waves. I want to charge the government a surplus. They have the money, right? But keep in mind, it's people. These are individual people that you are contracting with. For us, we aren't in the bidding process. We want to do whatever is popping, like TWP Popcorn always says. We want to make it easy for ourselves, like GT Jr. says, to get the bag. And so that means when we first started out, we were contacted because we're in a military town.
We were contacted by the Navy Exchange. Why did they contact us? Because they were looking for some programming for their facility employees. They went online. We have an online presence. Our online real estate is what got their attention.
And it's an ugly website, y'all. It is not pretty. It is not perfect. However, we had a way for them to contact us on our website, as well as a way for, we had our email, we had our phone number, we had a form.
There were videos that they could see to see what type of event or what type of policy they were getting. Because what we do is we present in TED Talk style. We're engaging. If you see a TED Talk, TED Talks are full of storytelling. They're engaging with the audience. They have a specific topic and a time limit, and they're often very humorous as well. So we have that type of style that when we present to other people, that's what they're looking for. So the way we got our first job was our military contract was, again, with the Navy Exchange here in our hometown. They contacted us for the event. And then because of our reputation, our quality that we delivered, they recommended us to the amphibious base, which is the Joint Air Navy and Marine base here. And then we continue to get those
We've
contracts
been with
over and over
NEX,
again.
the exchange, Navy Exchange. We've performed. I know today we're performing for the Coast Guard. Did you bring our plaque?
No, I didn't bring the plaque.
Y'all, hopefully we'll get another one because we've gotten several from the Coast Guard, several plaques, not just awards, but they give you like a wooden plaque that you could kill somebody. I mean, that you could, hang up on the wall, and if it falls off, it can hurt somebody.
We actually got a coin from our actual from the Navy Exchange. We got 2 of those coins now. But yes, what they wanted to know. One, we were easy to find. We have real estate with digital real estate with social proof showing that we're available. We can be contacted. This is the quality that you're going to get.
Absolutely. So Alonzo Hall, the All-Star Advisor, so good to have you here. We know that you are all about the professional stuff. I know you talk a lot about insurance. We are talking about how to ensure that you can work with these state government agencies, military installations, and state colleges and universities. So we're moving to our second topic, state government agencies. Remember, make sure you have your EIN set up. Make sure you have your DUNS number, DUN, as that's your Dun & Bradstreet. Make sure you have your business bank account, but also the SAM.gov. That is the award management system for the government. That is where if you'd like to bid, you can. We're talking about the way that we secure government contracts and that the way that you all can too. Because remember, it's just people that you're talking to when you're not bidding. It's all about the relationship. So like in the story you told, quality and consistency, y'all.
In the story of Richard Etheridge, again, he delivered quality service all throughout his military career.
Wait. Nikki said that you could, what? LaQuita, what did I say for it?
I don't remember anything off the chain.
Oh, Lord. Nikki, remind me what I said, because I don't know if you just wanted to see, my regalia today, but y'all know this is my favorite space. I got my kente recently brought back from Ghana by one of our designers. And I know that doesn't have anything to do with military installations, Corey, or state government agencies, but I just had to put that in there.
But again, Richard Etheridge, his whole career is built on his reputation as a quality soldier serviceman. He started in the Civil War. He's recognized for his efforts in the Civil War. Then he got a commission from other officers. Then he wrote letters after seeing that the people that were stationed there previously on P Island in the 1880s and 1890s, they weren't delivering quality. But Richard Etheridge was bringing quality service from another life rescue station that was off the coast of North Carolina.
And so that is how we were able to get with these state government agencies. No. What I'm saying is we followed that same plan that he did. So when we say state government agencies, in our area is VDOT, Virginia Department of Transportation.
And every state has a Department of Transportation. And again, they brought us in to do team building, professional development with their staff.
Y'all wait, the Department of Transportation in your state, let's just say if you're Nikki, the everyday life of an OCD chick, you can get a contract with them, right? Let's say if you're GT Junior Alaska, Rosa Alaska, up there in Alaska, you can get a contract with them. TWP Popcorn, they need your services out there in Missouri, right? I don't know if y'all call MDOT, Missouri Department of Transportation, but remember when we MoDOT. Oh yeah. I don't know. All I'm saying is that when you are working with any of these places, that's when we first got our EVA status, Electronic Virginia Procurement status, because that's what they required. So as we went along in this process, we just simply acquired what we needed for these entities to work with us within government. So that means when we, like I said, we're near Williamsburg. We work a lot with Jamestown. We're often contracted with them. So of course you won't find us as Blind Guy, his wife, but if you Google Corey the Talented Blind Guy, y'all, we're gonna come up everywhere. Google Corey the Talented Blind Guy, Jamestown. So if you need receipts, we're not bringing them today. All we're saying is that we're telling you where to find them. Nikki is saying you get a contract, you get a contract. Exactly. Whether you're bidding on one or whether you use relationships and your expertise, your whatever it is that you bring. Because Nikki, for you, let's just say for childcare, that could be something that they might hire you for one of their events. For that VDOT event, the Virginia Department of Transportation, it was such a huge event, right? And so for that day, it was like a family day. And so look, that's where they might have said, oh yeah, we will definitely use Nikki. Y'all, the wind is blowing our system, but we're here.
Like
Oh,
you
TWP said, yep, MoDOT, and they work with felons.
said, you want to tell us something, TWP? But like you were saying, Nikki, yeah, contract. If you get a contract, you get a contract, and you get another one. One contract has another contract, lines up another contract for you. It just leads you right down the path.
Nikki talking about, use me, Lord. Nikki,
Yeah.
make some relationships. I'm not sure about your area and how that works, but what I will say is that we have a lot of connections with the education system because of our TED Talk presentation style. We are often recommended, and our reputation precedes us. People will call us and say, I got your information from wherever. And we're like, okay, they didn't go to the ugly website. Your reputation goes a very long way, y'all.
But then again, it comes, then we can move down to the schools, the state colleges and universities. Again, it's all about having an established reputation.
Wait, is that, are we going to do the coffee break first? Because you know, we got people in here like Nikki. She's like, use me. And we aren't doing our first place giveaway, but we do have to thank our sponsors before we get out of here.
Yes, we can thank our sponsors. Are you ready? This broadcast is brought to you in part by StreamYard and promotional considerations paid for by the following unmuted sponsors.
All right. Thank you, sponsors. I think I pressed it. Maybe I didn't. Thank you. Let's see if we can get them going.
Supreme sponsors, David and Christine Brooks. Supreme sponsor, Dr. Linda Bailey Hayden of Elizabeth City State University.
Wishlist sponsor, JBWR. Check out his YouTube channel.
Supreme sponsor, Jimmy John's on High Street in Portsmouth, Virginia. Supreme sponsor, Museum of the Albemarle in Elizabeth City, North Carolina. Supreme sponsor, The Coffee Shop in Portsmouth, Virginia. Supreme sponsor, Healthy G-Mom. Check out her YouTube channel. Supreme sponsor, People's Pharmacy. Check out their YouTube channel. You or your company can become a sponsor. Visit blindguyhiswife.com.
All right, y'all, we are back. And of course, we thank you to our sponsors. AJ's Road Trip. Laughing, Corey, because look, I missed it. I'm everything on the way. And no, GT Junior, we did the 5-minute story time at the very beginning.
Check out the story, The Long Blue Line, by a story about the first African-American Coast Guard base leader or commander, Richard Etheridge. Check that out.
Speaking of bases, Nikki is near Andrews Air Force Base. You might know somebody there. You might be able to get a relationship with somebody there.
And Nikki, the cool thing about military bases, they love when you can relate to their culture. We've been contracted by Quantico. We've been contracted at the bases here in Norfolk. We've been contracted not only by their soldiers and sailors, but also for their dependents, as we did different programming for their dependents through the MWR, or the Military Welfare and Recreation Program.
Yeah,
so
and elementary schools too, the military elementary schools in our area as well. Y'all use your reputation, because like Trash Can Wave said, Magic Mike's reputation been giving him work for years. Y'all, let's get into it. I know, AJ, I know that the first place pony is always rigged anyways, right? So y'all, subscribe to our sponsors, JBWR, Healthy G-Mom. We do appreciate you all. And GT Junior is like, oh, okay, I got it. All right, y'all, back to the schools, because we are about to go to our contract right now. We do have a government contract this morning, and it's not with the state college and university. It is with the Coast Guard. However, we live in the Hampton Roads area. We have HBCUs here, Hampton University, Norfolk State University. We've performed with them and been contracted with them. We've gotten
Community College, William and Mary University.
Yeah, up in Williamsburg. Yep, William and Mary. Also, Community College, Corey Thomas Nelson.
Tidewater Community College.
Also, Christopher Newport University. All of the universities and colleges in our area. I think we performed at, except for like the technical colleges, like ITT Tech,
we did the Art Institute. We performed the Art Institute
and the Culinary Institute as well. So actually, yeah, we have been to quite a few places, y'all. So what we're saying is that a government contract is a government contract.
University.
Oh, absolutely. Your alma mater. And you know what? Gale at Night is reminding you all, get your SAM.gov registration. It is free. Get your DUNS, DUN, your Dun and Bradstreet. They recently changed it to a something identity number.
universal identification number.
But if you go to SAM.gov, they will just, go ahead and let you register, as well as your, let's see, EIN, your DUNS, and your SAM.gov. So get it done. Look, why is Nikki shouting out Magic Mike? And AJ is road tripping. He says, I'm so happy for you two and your success with the contracts. Absolutely, because AJ, you gave us all the game for USAjobs.gov and the best way to use it. So we're like, hey, you know what? Let's let people know another way to use it, because your way of using USAjobs.gov was different. We're letting you know this is how you can get government contracts. Again, your reputation goes a long way. Communication goes a very long way. Make sure you have those things in place, but people really like that you have all of your business in order. So that's why we're stressing EIN. That's why we're stressing Dun and Bradstreet or Duns and SAM.gov.
They have techniques, just like in the story of Richard Evans. He had a technique of training his life rescue surfers that to be the best that they could be, to stay in shape, to fight against those waves to the point where they could be tied together and swim through the breakers that were crashing, waves that were crashing to the shore, and still rescue 9 people from a sinking vessel. Now, with that being said, we have our own techniques. Again, we do use an engaging TED Talk style presentation that's topic specific, and it has lots of engagement.
Now, wait, when you say topic specific, y'all, we follow the theme of the agency where we've been contracted. So whatever they want, we do our research. We're not novices. We're able to learn. So we use that. We do have a niche that we focus on. However, we constantly do our research. Y'all, don't go anywhere unprepared. Know what you need to know and put action into it.
And one of the reasons that we get hired consistently by colleges and universities and we'll even say the public school systems here,
quite a few,
is because
K-12, yes,
we have that reputation of using different research-based, tried and true educational techniques that incorporate storytelling, that where we educate, entertain, and train through the art of storytelling. That's how it works, because we adapted several different techniques as far as education is concerned. The multiple intelligence, you want to explain that?
The multiple intelligences is one of the educational theories. We won't get too far into it because that's what we use as a foundation, our PVC pipeline for learning, following certain theorists, Piaget, Vygotsky, and Chomsky, those different theorists. We aren't going to mention those names because we don't want to confuse anybody. All we want you to know is be your best self, y'all. You can do this. You can go out there and get these contracts the same way AJ is road tripping has done, the same way we have done, and you don't have to bid.
Remember, you all are experts in your own fields, whether it's agriculture, whether it's auto rebuilding and gun usage like trash can waste, whether it's traveling abroad like AJ is road tripping, whether it's gardening like Nikki, GT Jr., and TWP Popcorn. You all have expertise. David Hunt, excellent in musical composition and writing jingles and lyrics. Gail at Night, expert moderator.
So whatever you have, trust me, there is a government contract for you, which means it doesn't have to be an official one where you bid. You might be in conversation. You can say, oh, I can come do a talk on that. I can come do a talk on learning to play by ear. I can come do a talk on moderating. I moderate for channels. It's the same way you would moderate as a supervisor. You pay attention to the details and all that kind of stuff. So y'all, we got to get out of here because we got a government contract to get to. But, I got to show off a bit. This is my bag for today. Lord, I'm about to end up in the lake. Okay, I don't think this is going to work, Corey. I was trying to show my bag, but y'all, I love leather. So this is another reason why we're not vegan anymore, because this bag still has the fur on it. So there's a symbol here. Oh, wait, let me put the clasp down. There's fur over here. And the vegan community would come for me, right? But yeah, I got my cowrie shell pearls on. Always have those. I do have my cowrie shell belt. It's Black History Month, so we got to do what we got to do.
You guys, this is the reason I have my button-down shirt on. Got my edge up, my hairline tight, my beard trim, and I got the custom.
Stop, Corey. Say goodbye. How do we say goodbye?
Man, we turn from government contracts to a fashion show. Remember.
No, you gotta show up and show out, y'all. We told you we are going to do this government contract. They asked us to do a certain thing. You gotta look the part. You gotta, do all your things. Thank you, GT Jr. He says nice.
So with all that being said,
he's probably talking about your hairline, Corey.
You all have the power within you to get these contracts. You need your employee identification number. You need your DUNS number. You need to register with SAM.gov. but you don't have to go through the bidding process if that's not what you want to do. Establish relationships, build a reputation for yourself so that you can get the contracts, like Nikki said, to get a contract, to get a contract, to get a contract, and to get that paper.
All right, Corey. So we're going to say goodbye so that way we can head on down the street to the actual job that we were contracted to do. How do we say goodbye today?
I'm going to say goodbye the same way I would say goodbye if LaQuita had actually fallen into that lake. Deuces!
You know what? That's not okay. Deuces.